Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back for another player interview today. Today, I'm going to be interviewing a 6'6" guard that's had quite the journey at the college level, going from D2 to JUCO, now going to be going D1 at Ball State next year. I'm talking about Kaiyem Cleary. This dude is a super athlete, so versatile, so athletic on the floor on both ends of the court, and he really knows how to use his abilities to help out his team however they need it, whether it's scoring, defending, playmaking, everything. Ball State's getting a Superman athlete next year in Kai. He's a great buddy of mine, and I can't wait to have him on here and ask him some questions. Hey, what's going on, Kai?
My guy, what's good? What's good?
Good to see you, bro. How was your workout?
It's good. It's good. It was good. It was light. I'm just coming back from it. I had to get some like this injection in my knee just to help me. So I kind of just been coming back from that. You know what I'm saying? Had a week off. So yeah, everything's going good.
That's good, man. I see the pictures. I see some of the videos that they're posting of you guys having practice. So
Yes, sir.
I definitely can't wait to see that during season. That's for sure.
For sure. For sure. For sure. I know. I can't wait. I just want the season to start already. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. And I know you've had a long journey to get to where you're at now. You started off at the Division II level uh,
Yeah.
from England went to Florida Southern, a powerhouse Division II there
Yeah.
for years. And your first year there, averaged 5 points, 3 rebounds on a 25-win team. Ended up being injured during that second year, which allowed you to have that to come to FSW when they
Yeah.
canceled
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
What was it like, that experience, that first college experience, I guess, going to powerhouse division school, learning from their coaching staff?
You talking about the year that I redshirted?
Both years that you were at Florida Southern.
Um, my first year was good. I really enjoyed my first year. Like I was playing a lot like throughout the first half of the season, and then like I was enjoying it. I was playing like 25, some like a couple games. I was playing like 30 minutes. I started a few games, my freshman year, and yeah, I was really enjoying it. And then towards the end of the year, like he was just playing the seniors a lot more. You know what I mean? So then the freshman kind of was just like kind of sitting. But now overall, like it was good. I was definitely like first year was a learning curve as it is for most freshmen. You get me? And then sophomore year, like I was ready to go. I was ready to get fired up. Sophomore year, like I wanted to come in and start and stuff. Um, but like I kind of had like a rough summer, like just with injuries and stuff. So when I came into it, I wasn't really 100%. And then like the first game, I got injured. Yeah, I broke my hand that first game, so I had to sit the rest of the season, which was tough. That was a very long year because like we were doing so well, and like we could have probably won it all that year D2 because that was probably the most stacked team. I'd say it's the most talented and stacked team Florida Southern probably had. Like it was crazy. Like we had just a bunch of like D1 guys. So yeah, so it was unfortunate I had to sit that year. But like being around the guys, I could gain experience and stuff. Um, so then once I did get cleared, like I was just started working on my game, and it just gave me an extra year just to get better. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of a blessing in disguise, honestly.
Mhm. Yeah, and you definitely improved a lot while you were there. And then, unfortunately, because of COVID, that tournament was canceled, which, like you said, they probably were a top contender to win that thing.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You ended up transferring to go to the JUCO level at Florida Southwestern. You transferred from a powerhouse D2 to a powerhouse JUCO. What was that transition like for you? Were there any changes that you weren't really expecting?
Um, I mean, like junior college is different. You know what I mean? Like to a 4 year school. Junior college is like when you're at 4 year school. Like obviously everything's like like there's just a higher level of like expectation, a higher level of just like it's a lot more professional, organized. Like you know what I mean? It's a lot more organized at 4 year schools. So then obviously I had to kind of take a step down from all that. Like you take a step down in everything, you know, just like it's just kind of the level. But obviously I was doing it for a purpose. But it was I'd say JUCO was probably the best year and a half of my life. Probably the best, like it was the most growth I've had as I'd say a person. You know what I mean? Obviously I grew as a basketball player, but like junior college is really like it's a test. It's really a test. You know what I mean? And like not everyone, it's hard. Like I ain't gonna lie. Like when people say like, "Oh, JUCO, like JUCO product," or like JUCO's this, JUCO's that. Like you know, you kind of before I went to JUCO, I kind of was just like, "Oh, people just saying that," but like junior college is really like a test. You know what I mean? It tests your mentals, like tests your physical, just because like you don't really have the stuff that D1s have. You know what I mean? So like you gotta take care of your body even more. Like you know what I mean? So junior college was such a great test. You know what I mean for me, and such a great life lesson. You know what I mean? Like so, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, JUCO definitely helps out a lot of players, especially at FSW. I mean, in your 2 years there, you played alongside 11 other guys that are heading to the Division I level or are already playing, including, 6 guys from this year's team. What is it about FSW, the culture that they have there, that lets them send guys to the Division I level every single year and help contribute for the
I'd say like obviously the coaching staff help. You know, we bring in guys that wanna have aspirations that to go to that next level. You know, like and we bring in guys that want to win. You know what I mean? So a lot of guys come in like talented with potential, and then you kind of just work from there. Like I know Coach Murph and Coach Hart really like they see what you can do, and like you know they wanna they help to improve on that. You know what I mean? They don't ever want you going out there looking crazy. You know what I mean? That's kind of they don't ever want you going out in the game and kind of making yourself look bad. So like the things you do good, the things you do well at, like they they make you even better at that. You know what I mean? So they put you in positions to do well. You know what I mean? And then like the connections they have, with, and then like just the culture. You know what I mean? Like FSW is a big school, so just being able to go there, you know, it's a blessing because you're gonna already be on the, you know what I mean, the light of other coaches. You know what I mean? So.
hmm Yeah, you got a lot of expectations there. I mean, you really lived up to those expectations this year at FSW this past year. I mean, your first year there during the COVID year where it didn't count towards your eligibility, you averaged 6-3 in 16 games, going through injuries there during that season as well. I know, but this past year really dominated. 12 points a game, 5 rebounds a game. Was a force on both ends of the floor. I talked about it before. Your athleticism, the versatility. I mean, blocked 30 shots throughout the season, and just a force from beyond the arc. Led the team in 3 points made. You had 8 games where you made 4 more threes, including a game against Spartanburg Methodist where you went off 7 threes, had 27 points in that game. What did you really do heading into this season to become more of a force on both ends of the court for your team, especially from beyond the arc?
I'd say it's just been mindset. You know, like I've always kind of been it. Like obviously I put in work so that I can shoot the ball well. You know, and then a lot of it just comes through confidence. You know what I mean? Like that's just with any player. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can put in all the work you want, but like if you don't go out there and you're not confident, you know, to shoot the shots you work on, to do the things that you work on, then you ain't really gonna be successful. You know what I mean? So like a lot of the times before games, like I'll do like a little like meditation or like I'll do like a little just a speech to myself just to kind of like amp me up mentally and just to kind of give myself confidence. You know what I mean? Like you know, like I do this. You know what I'm saying? Like so it was kind of just like just a mentality, you know what I mean, just to go out there and kill, and also like this is my last chance, you know what I mean, like coming from D2 to junior college, like this is my last chance at you know going to the next level. So I kind of gotta bring it every game, you know, to try show the coaches what I can do. You know what I mean? Because you never know who's watching. You know what I'm saying? So really, just the mentality, honestly.
And you definitely lived up and did great with that mentality. You had the eyes that were watching you. A lot of them ended up offering. You had tons of offers. You know, Siena, Sam Houston, IUPUI, Bradford, among a lot of others. You went on visits, I know, to Drexel, Hampton, Central Michigan, and of course Ball State, where you're at now. And I mean, just so many great teams looking at a phenomenal player in yourself. What was that recruiting process like for you, you know, having all these teams offer you and going on all of these official visits to their schools?
It was fun. I ain't gonna lie. Like I ain't really, I ain't really ever get that coming out of high school, innit? Because like it's hard to be recruited out of England. So like I had to come to prep school. I got recruited, but like I didn't really go on no visits after. The only visit I went on was to Florida Southern. You know, but being recruited like that, it's fun. It's overwhelming. I can say that it can get overwhelming with the amount of people that call you on a day-to-day basis. That like you know what I mean. It can get overwhelming at times, but now it was fun. You know what I mean. It kind of obviously I'm a bit older now, but it kind of made me feel like, you know what I mean, a little high schooler again. You know what I mean, being contacted by all these coaches and, you know, asking to come on visits and going on visits. You know what I mean, it was a blessing. You know what I mean, it was really a blessing, and I was able to do it. I was able to do it with my brother. So you know what I mean, it was a blessing. Honestly, it was a good experience for sure.
And you mentioned your brother, Wesley Oba. He's going to be playing for SW next season.
Yeah,
He
for
got
sure. For
you
sure.
on all of these visits, and
Yeah,
he actually got his first Division One offer when you guys
yeah.
talk to me about that relationship that you have with Wes, and what was that like when you guys heard that he was getting that offer?
It was sick. It was sick, you know. So like, yeah, I mean, obviously Wes ain't like my biological brother, but like we known each other since we was like 10 years old, you know what I mean? And then we got real close, like our late teens, like 15, 16, you know what I mean? And then just me, Wes, and two other of our closest like brothers, just kind of, you know what I mean? That's just us four, you know what I mean? We just kind of us four brothers, but so yeah, that was kind of our relationship. But being able to go on those visits with him was sick. And then when we went to Hampton, it was Hampton. Like you know, when you go on a visit, you sometimes you play pickup with the guys, and then we didn't know if he could play pickup. You know what I mean? We didn't know if he was allowed to. So when we went to Drexel, he was like, "Did you bring shoes?" And he was like, "No." He was like, "You should have brought shoes because we would have let you hoop." He was like, "Oh." So then my next visit to Hampton, yeah, like he just suited up, and then we just scrimmaged, and obviously I was doing my thing, and then he started just killing. Wes just started killing. I swear. So then after when we went to dinner, the coach was just like, obviously this is my visit. Like I wanted to see Kai, but you know I knew Kai could hoop. You know what I mean? But I didn't know who he was, and it was kind of crazy because he just like a random guy just come into a scrimmage and just showing out. You know what I mean? So he was like, I was impressed by you. I was impressed by what you do. He was like, and if we can, we make a package deal and we'll bring both of you in. And Wes was just like, what? Like Wes's story is crazy. Like so then when he offered Wes, it was like a humbling moment for both of us. You know what I mean? Like because obviously I already had the offer and I was going on my visits. But like when he said to Wes like he's kind of offering him too, it was a humbling moment for both of us. I know like because he's in the same situation as me. You know what I mean? He came from a D2 school. very, very late to playing basketball. He only started playing basketball like for real for when he was like 16 years old. You know what I mean? Like, so he's doing a lot of catch up, and like he didn't think he'd be in this position today. So then when he got that offer, he was humbling. You know what I mean? He definitely had us both emotional. You know what I mean? It was a blessing. I ain't gonna lie. I remember that moment. But yeah, it was sick. I ain't gonna lie.
Definitely. It was great. It's awesome hearing that you guys got to share that experience together. And he got to share the experience with you when you guys went on your official visit to Ball State, where
Yeah,
now you're at. You signed there. It's official. You're going to be on the roster next season in a very good conference in the MAC. I mean, you talk about teams like Buffalo, Akron, Ohio, Toledo, such great talent across all of those rosters, including Ball State, which is really rebuilding at the guard position.
yeah, yeah.
A lot of newcomers at the guard spot, just like yourself. What are you going to do to really stick out for this Ball State team this year to be able to help them compete against such tough competition?
Uh, I mean, I'm just gonna stay the same me. You know what I mean? I just do what I do. I just play my game. You know what I mean? Bring energy, bring athleticism to the court. You know what I mean? And with my experience, just some leadership. You know what I mean? So, because like I said, I'm older now. Being like this is my 5th year in college, so just bringing to the table everything I've learned. You know what I mean? So I can help the other guys. You know what I mean? And then just do whatever coach wants me to do. You know what I mean? But like definitely want to have an immediate impact. You know what I mean? That was my goal to come here and have an immediate impact. So I'm trying to do my part every day. Currently whilst I'm here, getting in the gym. You know what I mean? Staying active, like doing well in practice to do my part. But yeah, just as we get better, like that's why coach recruited me. Because he liked what I do. So I'm gonna come here and kind of just do what I've always been doing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I can't wait to see what you do on the court for them this upcoming season. I
For
know
sure.
I mentioned it before, you had so many offers. What was it about Ball State specifically that really stuck out to you that you want to commit there?
Yeah, like I had a lot of offers, and like even before I committed, I just kept getting more calls and more calls. But then, you know, I had spoke to Ball State. I think like I don't know if it was before Christmas or like before the season, but one of those two I had spoke to Ball State, and I was interested already. You know what I mean? So like they had already like caught my attention um, early on, early in the year, and so so then when then they kind of went ghost a little bit, and then they hit my line again. I was like, oh, Ball State, whatever. And then I did my research, you know what I mean, and the conference, you know what I mean, it's in a good conference, whatever. But then when I came on the visit, and I was able to like sit down with coach and get a look around the campus. It was just like most players will say this, but like it's just like a feeling they have. Like I wanted to go to a place where you know I would be in a professional environment. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be around no BS. Like I could really just come handle my business on the court, and what I mean, be able just to relax off the court, and what I mean, be in a good environment. And I kind of got that when I was here. Some of the visits was nice. Like when I went to Central Michigan, that was a really great visit. You know what I mean? And it was such a hard decision to make. Well, like I just felt like off the court, I wanna feel like peace. You know what I mean? I want to be able to feel at peace, and I want to be able to like kind of just be myself, like off the court kind of thing. So I found like a better opportunity to like. I just felt more like I feel like I'd be more at peace here, pretty much. And then I liked everything that the coaching staff had. I liked his mindset. I liked his mentality, his goals. Like he's a new coach in it. So coming in, like he had goals. You know what I mean? And he kind of matched up to what my goals were, and it was a thing of he helps me to achieve my goals and dreams, and then I'll help him to achieve what his are. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a deal in that sense. You know what I mean? So overall, I just had a good feeling. You know what I mean? I had a good talk with the coach. And yeah, I just thought like it was such a hard decision between here and Central Michigan. And I just kind of after this visit, I kind of cut off my recruitment because like time was ticking, and I didn't want to continue to drag it out and have new schools calling because like if they wanted me, they would have been talking to me already. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of going with the guys that have held it down and shown continuous interest kind of throughout the process.
Absolutely. And those are always the best ones to be with because you know that they really care about you and they value talent, and you're going to be bringing a whole lot of talent to their floor next season. There's no doubt in my mind. I can't wait to catching those alley-oops for them next season during the games, man. I'm going to be tuned in every single night. You already know.
For sure, for sure, for sure.
I'm so proud of you, man. I thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I really
appreciate you. Thank you for having me, bro. For sure.
Absolutely, man. And I might have you on here again when y'all win the MAC championship. I'm going to hold you
to
that.
Of course. You got me. Hit me anytime, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I appreciate you. Have a good one, man.
You too. Thank you. Appreciate it.